Picture for a moment, you walk into a region with your party, and you meet with the noble of the region. The noble's been hiring adventurers lately, and he presents to you, so you understand what's going on, his son, who as a result of the full moon, has recently turned into a werewolf form that he keeps in his basement to avoid harm being done to him. He wishes to get this trait removed, and unfortunately, clerical blessings seem to not be working. He requests that you go and retrieve the skin of a lichen walker, which lives in a nearby forest. This skin is known to be able to be used when crafting a lichen potion. You arrive in the forest and you find a lichen walker, and it quickly scurries away. As you begin to approach, you start seeing twisted shapes in the forest around you. Suddenly a blast of fire dodges your head as a deformed and monstrous creature begins battle. You triumph, you retrieve the skin, and you go home to a job well done. Hello, welcome to Concept Log, where you can like and subscribe. So I was messing with some AI art and I got this thing, and I figured it was time to build it some lore. To start, I figured we should do a deformed and a non-deformed form. That way I don't have to throw out all of the art. The exacts of the deformed form I think we should figure out second, but first I want to figure out what the creature is as a whole. Right now I am thinking we go for a not quite humanoid creature. I want them to be a little like human-shaped animals, if that makes sense. So they're not intelligent, but they have the kind of human form and they have the moss built into them. So I googled moss man and I found that apparently there's some sort of moss man creature in some children's show called Amphibia. Now I don't watch the show, but according to Wikipedia, it is akin to a cryptid within the context of the setting. And that's fair enough, so I'm gonna work with that. So our moss man creature is akin to a cryptid, and I think we can, as a result of that, also mix it into my steampunk setting. But my steampunk aside, let's start with our fantasy version of the lore. I want to say they were made as a gift. So we can say we have some sort of deity that wanted to help out a group. As a result, the deity took the moss of the area and planted it onto the soldiers of that kingdom. The soldiers then grew with this moss armor, enhancing their strength among other things, and quickly overtook the region. The leader of these soldiers, a general, soon after became rather barbaric in how he dispatched his enemies. Over time, he lost the favor of this deity and brought a curse upon himself and those who followed him. That curse reduced them to a more animalistic species. If they ever enter a civilized society, they then feel a great burning upon them, as they cannot enter without a druid's blessing. As a result, they have grown to generally hate humanity, but aren't actively malicious towards them until they are provoked. We can then divide these into two groups based on how malicious and how much they hate humanity. The neutral ones, and then the deformed ones. The deformed ones are gonna be ones that grew to truly resent humanity, and they are often offered power by fiends of the realm. After they gain this power, thereby deformed slightly, but they are now capable of casting some light fire magic, maybe even like an eldritch blast with some warlock abilities. These often are hunted, while the regular ones are often ignored until they become a problem. Additionally, I like the fact that lichen sounds like lichen, and I think that we should have the moss that grows on them act as a ingredient in a potion for curing lycanthropy. As a result, there are many nobles with cursed family members that will offer high bounties if they suspect any are in the area. Next, let's write a steampunk version. For those of you unaware, I've been writing a system and setting for steampunk adventures I've been calling Steam Jump. Within the setting, the players are hunters who try to capture and sell cryptids to a black or exotic market. I think these creatures work well as something to hunt. In this version, I say we should make them a little more complex. Now, I originally had them growing on the bodies of dead humans, but it turned out a little edgy, cringe, something like that. So I decided that they simply naturally emerged in swamps within the regions. So there's this weird quirk of biology, I don't remember where it's called, where a species of plant will like flip every other generation. So it'll be this kind of creature one generation, and then the next generation will be different, and I'll flip. What you can do is you can have a naturally emerging lichen, and then after a while, it'll have like a spore, or I don't think it's called a spore with lichen, and then that will emerge into these lichen creatures. After that's been around for a while, is basically laying seeds for the normal lichen to emerge, and it grows throughout force. As a result, it has light intelligence and a general fear of humans because they are known to try and capture it. They normally take the form of rabbits in the setting, so these are a fairly common creature that's known, but ones that take the full form of a human are a big deal, and those are the more cryptid, valuable ones that emerge. A set of hunters looking for one will be searching for eye-level moss patches, along with assorted bits of a trail that get worn down in a similar manner to when a human passes through a region. To lure them out for bait, it is often wise to present an area with reflective surfaces, which they will use for sunbathing. Additionally, their muscle structures are not natural, and as a result, they try to consume protein. This is normally in the form of smaller animals such as rodents or rabbits.